They were in this vibe of being into library, and then they saw the sign of like silence please, and it just worked way better. It's not enough to just do your work and hopefully it will grow. You can do a lot more than you actually believe. So I read a study recently which completely blew my mind. Like, I'm from the Netherlands, and here in the Netherlands, in our trains, we actually have certain compartments that we call, like, these are the silence compartments. This is where people go if they just want to read a book or sit in silence, right? And if you do want to talk or chat with each other or have a call, you go into one and the others, right? And the problem was that even though there were signs that said, like, silence please or something like that, people weren't really listening, right? So at that point they started experimenting. The NS, which is the company that runs all those trains, they started doing experiments to see, like, how can we get people to be more silent in those compartments. So the first thing they did is, like, hey, instead of having the small signs, they have like really big signs in every chair, to make sure, like, it was in your face. It was there, like, it was like you could not say that you didn't know that you had to be silent. But unfortunately that didn't really help, right? Then they did something that I think it was genius for them to come up with it. But essentially what they did, they actually wrapped those compartments with like a foil to make it look as if it was a library, right? There were books there, bookshelves, and like on the floor, like it looked like a library, right? And the moment they started applying that in certain compartments, those apartments, people stayed way more quiet. Like, it literally had a massive effect to make sure that people were more quiet. And that was just fascinating, and it really has everything to do with what I call pre-suasion, which is something that Robert Cialdini made popular as well, which is essentially a type of persuasion by not so much what's in the message, but by what is shown right before the message that they've already seen. So people already see something before the message, right? And by doing that, again, that's why they call it pre-suasion. By showing certain things before they get the actual message, they will be more inclined to actually listen. So in this case, with the train story, they were in this vibe of being into library, and then they saw the sign of like silence please, and it just worked way better. And this is something that you can apply into your own marketing as well. So for example, recently one of our customers at Viral did that extremely well. Now, just in case you're not familiar, Viral is the tool to grow your email list using viral marketing. Like, you don't need paid ads or anything like that. We've literally already collected over 50 million leads for our clients using viral marketing. And what one of our clients was doing is, like, they had this campaign, this is a viral campaign, and they were incentivizing their audience to share the message with their world. In this case, I believe they were running a contest where people could win something, and the more friends they actually got to join as well, the higher likelihood of winning, right? And by this very nature, like, this is what a viral does. But obviously, it doesn't just stop there. Like, you don't just want to get like 100,000 people on your email list. You want to make sure you actually grow your business, right? And that obviously happens when people make a purchase. So what one of our customers did very cleverly, I would have to add, is that when she was running a contest, she didn't just pick a random prize that you can win. She actually gave one of her courses, one of her products away as a prize, but she also made it very clear what the value of that offer actually was, right? So it wasn't just like, hey, you can win this thing, but you can win this thing valued at, or like that is worth like X amount of dollars, right? So far, great and all, people they're still into this contest, right? This is like, they've just seen whatever they can win. But by having this message already shown ahead of time, right? Pre-suasion essentially, by the time they actually got a sales message about to buy that very course, they're already seeing, like, hey, we already knew, like, so far it was worth, I don't recall the exact number. So let's say valued at $2,000, but that was like shown ahead of time, right? So by the time, if they were to then see a sales message and it would be less than that, right, there would be a discount, it would actually be more effective because they've already seen the other message before, right? Versus if they wouldn't have known that, it's like, hey, I have no clue what it's valued at, I have no idea. All of a sudden I get the sales message like $500, wow, that's a lot, right? But because she actually showed what the value was and then show the actual offers, like, wow, that is actually a really good deal. And that's not intentional, but like, it's pre-suasion, right? And there's many things you can actually apply this to. Like, there's many things that you can already show ahead of time just to make sure that the steps later on would actually be more effective. Like, literally, if you'd be running in a viral campaign, when people enter their name and email address, you can just say, hey, enter your email address and you can win, right? Or you can already show them, like, hey, enter your email address and start sharing with your friends and win. So even though they're not being asked to share just yet, but they already know that there's going to be an option to share, invite their friends. On the next page, the second page where they get their own unique invite link, and they can share on WhatsApp or Twitter or whatever they want, they're going to be more likely to actually share because you show that message ahead of time. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you today. There's actually a book from Robert Cialdini on this as well. For those who want to go in depth in that, he's a brilliant guy when it goes about the art of persuasion. So I highly recommend that. And with that, I'll see you soon. All right, cut, we're done here, let's wrap it up. Oh, well, sorry, you're still there. Well, in that case, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share marketing tips, tricks, and strategies that will help you grow your business faster. So you can click on the subscribe button right now, or check out the next video. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.